Welcome to this blood moon lunar eclipse tarot reading. We're going to be doing all the signs. So if you want to skip to your sign, just look at the timestamps below. And so this is going to be a little different than how I normally do the readings. There's not going to be a lot of extra bonus cards. We're just going to get to what's going on with everyone during this eclipse. And this particular eclipse is on the Virgo Pisces axis because they come in pairs. So the three major things that we could be dealing with during this lunar eclipse phase, which could be you could experience immediately or over the next few months, there's three things: self-improvement, letting go of the past, and restructuring your life. So those are some of the energies that are swirling around us right now. And so we're going to do water, earth, air, and then fire signs. So let's go ahead and get started. And we are going to start with Pisces. So Pisces, you are up first. I'm going to move this over here and let Luke Skywalker hang on to that for us. And we are going to start with some oracle cards. Ooh, holistic health. Okay. That could be part of that self-improvement. That would be eating natural, healthy foods, maybe growing your own food, treating your body like a palace, right? Holistic health. I like that. Probably exercise, getting up, moving around, doing more things, making sure you feel well. Ooh, okay. So we have, excuse me, how to pronounce this, Eclat. She who regrets, battle, victory, and bitterness. Okay. This could be part of that letting go of the past, because if you are in a state of regret, Pisces, um, I, I do feel for you. But one of the things I want you to consider and think about and try to be kind to yourself is that I really do believe most people are trying to make the best decisions they can with the information that you have at the time. I don't think you would intentionally make a decision that, you know, if you knew, hindsight is 2020. If you knew it wasn't going to be good for you, if you knew, you know, you would have made a different decision. And another way to look at this, to not beat yourself up if you are in regret, is even if you could go back, say you had a time machine, okay, and you went back and did things differently, you don't know the ripple effect of how that would affect your future. I mean, even if it made things better for you in the short term, it may not in the long term. So it doesn't do well to dwell on regret. And so this gives me a Five of Swords feeling right here, Pisces. So don't regret. Give yourself a break. And now let's see, we have one more. Ooh, action. Okay, stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. And this is great because eclipse season, it's endings, but it's also beginnings. So this is saying if you want to start something new, definitely go ahead and do that. If you feel resistance on your path, Pisces, step back and reevaluate. That's that restructuring life part. But you have to take action to know, like, if you will need to do something different, right? Woo! So you've got a lot going on with you. So now let's do some tarot. Oh boy, yeah. Okay, that's good. Seven of Wands, healthy boundaries. You know, we don't really know, and I don't know the tribe around you. Are these supporters? Are they encouraging you? Or is this, are these people down here, are they not supportive of you? Depends on your situation, but we have 7 and 7. Hmm. Oh boy. Yeah, this could be a trying time for you, Pisces. This is the 5 of Wands. So you're standing your boundaries, but man, there's competition. There could be, just chaos and conflict around you. My goodness. And oh boy, here we go. Yeah, something's happening. So, this is part of that eclipse energy, things ending and new things beginning. I think you are becoming stronger, right? So, something's happening, and that's the power of the eclipse energy. Things can happen very rapidly, and sometimes it is a complete and total shock and surprise. So, there you go. So, let's clarify our gilded tarot here. That's the art gilded, that's the golden art nouveau, and this is the gilded. I have a lot of tarot cards, but some of them I'm just not as drawn to. So let's see what we have. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know why that one was. Am I holding it upside down? I might be. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. There you are, Pisces. You're here. You're dealing with this, the best way you can. You're compassionate and sensitive, and so definitely be that way with yourself. My goodness. So I think during this lunar eclipse, it's going to bring up some things, right? Yeah, it's going to bring up some things. This is the season that's going to be talking about healthy boundaries and standing your ground with things. But I get a feeling with this hangman energy, this enlightenment, taking the time to see. This is about seeing things from other people's perspective. This could be about empathy, putting yourself in someone else's shoes. But sorry about that interruption. My cat meowed really loudly and it sounded weird. She's okay. It was just strange. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to be a time of reflection over maybe your past actions. Were you being overly defensive about things? It just depends on your situation. Let's keep going because we'll get more information. It'll make more sense as we go. Okay. Yep. Alrighty. So there was a conflict fighting here with a significant other. Now, this Two of Cups, it could have been romantic, it could have been a friendship, it could have been a family member. It was someone you were emotionally connected to. And, there could be some bitterness here with this situation. Definitely chaos, conflict, fighting, discord is what I'm hearing. And I don't mean the chat thing. I mean, that this wasn't really a good time. And so for some of you, this could be current energy. Unfortunately, for some of you, this could be past energy. It might be coming back to haunt you. This could be in your thoughts and your regrets, because we have this here, this regretting these battles, and it feels like, and it says battle and victory here. That's why I get that 5 of Swords, win at any cost. I don't know if this is someone who is, trying to cut you down, to win an argument, or vice versa. But it just, wasn't a good time. And I'm not sure if you're still in that energy or if this is, just past stuff that the eclipse is bringing up for you now to deal with. And look at that. Wow. Okay. Pisces. When you focus on your health and well-being, your self-improvement, and letting go of this past situation. It's done. There's nothing you can do to change the past, right? It is fruitless, really, to put any energy or time or mental, um, you know, energy towards thinking about the past unless you're trying to figure out how to go forward. What you've learned from the past, how you can use that in your future. And so you have two very fiery major arcana here. This is that restructuring your life. Talk about restructuring, rebuilding, almost starting from scratch. This is one of those things, this is that power of the eclipse to bring things in really quickly. When you focus on your health and let go of the past, this luck, this that will improve the flow of chi and energy in your life in a positive way, right? Very positive way. And so it's going to happen so quickly, your head will probably spin, But this is saying stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Don't get stuck in the past. Don't get stuck analyzing, because this hangman, he's stuck. He's hanging upside down. Yes, he's wanting enlightenment, but I think all you need to know about the past, and it's time to focus on you and your bright and beautiful, very lucky, prosperous future, Pisces. Woo! Wow. I mean, that is something right there. That is a powerful message just right out of the gate. All right, Pisces, that is your reading. Let's move on now to Cancer. All right, Cancer. Let's see what is going on with you for the lunar eclipse. Ooh, psychic development. That is it. Self-improvement. Ooh, I like that a whole lot. That is awesome. Look at that. I feel like you might be getting into scrying, either with the crystal balls or a mirror or even just a bowl of water. Oh, look at that. This is a Queen of Cups feeling. She who rises up, pearl, empower, uplift, and elevate. Oh, that is really beautiful. Ooh, that would that the Queen of Cups would be that energy of letting go of the past. So that is really nice. Very good, Cancer. And now we have faith. Look at that. Believe you are not alone. Spirit is right beside you. Ask for guidance and it will come. So if you're wanting to restructure your life in some way, ask Spirit to give you guidance, to maybe give you synchronicities, things like that. So let's get some tarot on this. And see what we have here for Cancer. Ooh, 7 of Swords, not necessarily bad. Let's see. Ooh, you have 9 of Pentacles. I like that very much. Ooh, and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Let's get our crossing energy, and then we can go further, right? Let's see what's going on here. 9 of Pentacles again. Look at that. Oh, I get so many repeating cards just for all the signs. There's a 9 of Swords. Okay. And Ace of Wands. All right. Let's see what is going on with you. So you have the 9 of Pentacles twice. You have it here as a main energy and here as a crossing energy. So the 7 of Swords is a card of strategy. It's not necessarily bad. And, we're talking about your thoughts here. So there seems to be some awareness. There is a knowing of who you can trust right now, especially with your knowledge or just sensitive information, possibly. You see how he's carrying these swords in a very strange way. And the story here is, if you see the tents and stuff, this is a battlefield that he is on, and he's stealing these swords so that the enemy can't use them, right? So it's strategy. It's about protecting yourself. It's about being quiet about things, keeping things secret, but not in a bad way, right? And so this could be like your intellectual property, things you want to keep secret, things you just don't want to share at this time, is what I'm getting. But with this psychic development and this self improvement, I think um, I'm getting this feeling here where you just know things. You know when things are going to go well. You might have quick premonitions of when things might go bad, like things you shouldn't do. That happens to me a lot. And sometimes it can be just right before something happens, like don't put that there, it'll fall off, or don't do this, this'll happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just little things. But this is just about being very careful with information, being very strategic, right? And so with this card of, this knowing, right? I feel like this is your psychic knowing here. It's being crossed by the Nine of Pentacles, which is a beautiful, beautiful Virgo energy. This is, this is saying that you either are or you're working towards, I think, with your with your mind here, you're thinking about the self-sufficiency, being able to take care of yourself, being able to provide for yourself with your skills. This is a card of using your skills, because she is a falconer here, and that is a very specific skill. So there is saying that there's something you have that other people maybe don't have. It might even be something that you haven't given yourself enough credit for. And what tends to happen, I think, with people that have a natural gift or talent, we may not appreciate it fully because it comes so easy to us, right? We're like, oh, well, that's not, I can draw really easy, but it's just it's easy. Sometimes we don't tend to appreciate things if it's not earned in a very hard way. I don't know why that is. But if you have a natural talent, it's time. We have these butterflies here, and that's about transformation. And so I think you need to trust in your natural talents and abilities right now. And you might be getting some psychic awareness here, is what I'm getting. You might be using it for your work. In fact, here, Cancer, very well could be. So that's what I'm getting with those two cards. All right. So once again, we're seeing this Nine of Pentacles. So this energy of self-sufficiency is around you, very strong right now, Cancer. This is saying that you have talent. Look, we have the Falcon here to create all the pentacles, all the wealth you could possibly need or desire. And look at that, we got it right here too. But once again, we have these thoughts coming in. Over here, we have strategy, right? Now, on a different note, there could be some fear here of someone trying to steal your skills, or not give you what you're worth. I'm getting something to do with this, with what you do, your skills. There is this fear here with the Nine of Swords. There is this, I feel like this is what's blocking you, right? This is what's, oh man, this is interesting because you have it there in a different position. So I feel like for some of you, it's time to give yourself credit for the skills that you have, to stop worrying and stressing about the what ifs and what could happen. that may never happen. So this is saying that you need to turn off that radio station in your head, because this right here is not who you are. Your intuition, your psychic development, that's who you are as a light being. This right here, the radio in your head that is your thoughts, you're actually the listener. And this is a station that we don't want you to listen to anymore. Because your brain here is what's producing these thoughts of anxiety, stress, could be self-doubt about your skills. I think you feel like you had it and then you kind of lost it again or something. You have some self-doubt here, Cancer. But it's time to turn this radio station off and not tune into it anymore. When these thoughts come into your head, know that you're just listening to these outdated programs that your brain, not your spirit, this is your brain trying to either warn you or criticize you. It could be things, programming, conditioning from other people and situations. It's not you as a light being, right? It's not you. That beautiful sense of knowing and your intuition, the gut feeling and your psychic abilities, that is the light being that you are. And it's not this negative thinking. That's the brain talking. And so we need to tune that out. When you hear it, you can write it down. You can journal about it to get it out. You can comment on the things that are just absolutely not right, and maybe even do some affirmations that counteract these things, that maybe says you're not good enough or you don't know enough or blah, 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 whatever it is, right? Even therapy if you need it, if you need counseling, there you go. So this is saying to draw on your energy, because I felt the Queen of Cups here with that. Draw on your energy of being caring and protective of yourself to combat this so you can get there. Wow. And this is also letting go of the past, because these thoughts are really in the past. They're based on things, conditionings, events, things that happened to you in the past. I mean, think about where you are now and how far you've come. So look at this future energy that is around you. It's amazing, Cancer. I think you need to restructure. When it's talking about restructuring your life, part of this energy, we have self-improvement, letting go of the past and restructuring life. It's about managing this Nine of Swords energy, tuning out, tuning the radio station to something more positive. If a negative thought comes in your mind, have a positive, something opposite, change the way, your mind is thinking. And so when you do that, oh my goodness, look at this 10 of Pentacles. This is everything you could want, need. And then that's being crossed by the Ace of Wands. It's inspiration. It's a new beginning. It's out with the old and in with the new. And that's part of that. I think this is, Jupiter here, because it's luck and everything, the Ace of Wands and all the fire signs. But I get that same kind of feeling there, that this is going to be a very prosperous time for you, if only you let go of the past. Yep. That is it, Cancer. I hope this resonates. I hope it helps you. Yes, I do. All right, so that is going to be it for Cancer. Let's move on now to Scorpio. Scorpio, welcome to your lunar eclipse reading. Let's get your oracle cards out first and see what is going on with you. Ooh, universal light. Wow. We are all beings of light, and it is my belief that we are ageless, we are forever, and that we never truly die. So this universal light is a connection to the divine and a connection to everything. So, wow, that is amazing right there. Very deep. Ooh, think which we know which card we're getting here. One that was on the bottom. Ooh, Hannah, look at this one. I don't think I've ever pulled this one before. She who listens, understanding, witness, and compassion. Wow. Some of you may be a therapist, or you're just a really good listener. You might find that people love to talk to you, or they'll very easily tell you like their whole story because they feel so comfortable with you. And you might have clear audience. You might be able to hear spirit communication. And you have prosperity. Look at the frogs. Focus on the positive and more good will come. Give thanks for blessings and they will multiply. Prosperity begins in the mind. Very nice. You might be seeing frogs. You might collect frogs. All right, let's look at our tarot and see what we have here for our lovely Scorpios. And so the three things that we are focusing on is self-improvement, letting go of the past, and restructuring life. Being in a state of abundance. Ooh, nice. Look at that. Saggy Wheel of Fortune. I like that. Let's keep it going, Scorpio. Okay. Look at that. We got Capricorn now. We got the devil here. Ooh, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, strong start here. So let's see what else. And we, with this eclipse, it's definitely going to bring up things from the past in order for you to release it. So we have the Queen of Swords, Libra energy. Ooh, the High Priestess. There we go. Yep. And Seven of Swords. Okay. I'm really seeing this universal light here in this. And a way to think about the universal light is truth. It is what it is, right? And so you have this beautiful Sagittarius Wheel of Fortune here. Just luck, a lot of luck. And the Queen of Swords is Libra energy, which gives me a feeling of justice, like you deserve this luck, Scorpio. And this would say that you're also very wise because the Queen of Swords, of all the queens, is the one who has been through heartache, divorce, things like that, whether you're male or female. She had to go through all those sword energies, right? And so she has intense clarity because of her past. All the queens have a reflective of the past type nature. And I think what this might be saying is when it comes to your past, if you think about it, think about how lucky you were in certain situations. Think about how lucky things turned out for you. There is this sense of it could have been much worse. You know what I'm saying? I've had a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, but yeah, there's been a lot of not so good things happen to me in my life. But if I look back on it, I think about how lucky I am because it could have been much worse. I survived a vicious physical attack. Someone tried to break my neck and it didn't, but I do have pinched nerves that are very painful. It's a reminder. But the neck isn't easily broken. I'm just going to say that right there. And so I look back and I think of how lucky I was to survive that and that I'm here now and I have a son and everything. So if it's not your time, if you're not meant to go, you just won't. Think about that. So I want you to think about how resilient you are, Scorpio. And hindsight is always 2020. We learn and grow so much from our the challenges we have. And so even if you've had bad things happen to you in your past, I think you still understand how lucky you truly are. That's what I'm getting with this, because even though she's had heartbreak, she's been stolen from, she's had a lot of bad things happen, she's so much wiser now, and she's a fuller person. And she's not cold hearted. I'm going to tell you that right now. She's not cold hearted. She will be in a relationship again with the right person. But now she's so much wiser. She will cut out anything that isn't right straight away. She's not going to tolerate any BS. She has no illusions whatsoever. And so now, with all that wisdom, she knows how to create her own luck. She knows how to bring it in, right? And so this is air here. So we have communication. And communication is a two-way street. You have to have, someone who is speaking and someone who is listening. So I also think you're a very good listener as well, because we have this understanding, witness, and compassion. I think you feel for people that have been through devastating situations. But I think what's amazing about you, Scorpio, is that no matter what has happened, you have retained your light. You haven't let it shut you down. And that's what I'm feeling for you, Scorpio. So we have here Capricorn, we have the devil, and we have the high priestess. Look at this. I think this high priestess, this is an energy of you that is very attractive to the dark side, I have to say. And this is what happens. Toxic people, they are attracted to light beings, kind of like a moth to a flame, because they can't get their game over on people that are also toxic. They don't have any game there because they already know what's going on. But with the Queen of Swords energy and your heightened intuition here with the High Priestess, you have a very broad sense of clarity about people and situations now because of your past, Scorpio. And I don't think any one of these people can really get anything over on you now. You're very selective with who you let around you. And I really feel like you have let go of this toxic past. Now, this could be either, toxic people. It could be toxic behaviors that were linked to certain people. You may have not even wanted to have participated in some of those things, but you only did it because of the peer pressure, you know? So, but I think you're very enlightened and very intuitive right now with this high priestess energy. I think you know your potential, and I don't think you're going to, you're just not interested in this type of, toxic behavior. And I just don't think it can penetrate you, and um, your defenses. Now, what I get also with this, and we have the Shanna, I combined she and Hannah, Shanna, she who listens, Hannah. I get a feeling that there might be a few of you that are probation officers or parole officers, and you have to deal with these toxic people on a daily, weekly, daily basis. You might be a therapist for people that have, substance abuse problems, or just other types of mental problems. You might be a counselor, a therapist of some kind. I'm getting that kind of energy here, Scorpio. So I think you're dealing with these people on a different level. I think you're dealing with these people from a higher perspective, and from a place of authority, Scorpio. That's how I feel about this. And I think by doing so, um, I think you are very prosperous doing this. However, this is coming to you, I do feel it's in a more professional scenario. And we also, this prosperity we have right here with the Ace of Pentacles, this could be a new idea that is coming to you. I just suddenly felt like maybe you're writing about this experience that you had here, whether you are dealing, if you're a therapist or counselor of some kind, I feel like you might be writing a book or doing some kind of social media. You're putting it into something that you can share with more people, for some of you. And that what this is saying here is to keep it secret, what you're doing, for a while until it is ready to unleash on the world. So do be protective and private with your information. But I think you know what to keep private, and that's what this is saying to me. The Seven of Swords. It's a card of strategy, and it's a card of knowing what to keep safe. And we have this beautiful cat here, and cats are protectors. So you're definitely protecting yourself, and you're protecting your ideas. You're protecting your resources. You're protecting this light that is within you. So I think that is really good during this time. Let's see if I'm getting any more messages. I get the feeling that could be somebody from your past coming back because they see you as being an opportunity, or someone that they can try to take advantage of. But I don't think you're going to let this person do it at all. This could be that devil energy, someone coming in, they see you doing well for yourself. You may know them. It could be a past person because this is eclipse energy. But just be wary of anyone from your past, especially anyone who was toxic beforehand, or you don't get good vibes from. I would just block them immediately. That's what I would do. I wouldn't even, say a word to them. Just don't. That's what I would get. That's what I get from there. I'm not getting any more messages right now, Scorpio. So that was really intense, too. That's wow. All right, Scorpio. I hoped that helped, and do let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for future the Saturday bonus readings like this. I do read all the comments, and I would love to have more suggestions. So now we are going to move to earth signs, and we're going to start with Taurus. Okay, Taurus, you are up next for your lunar reading. Let's take a look at your oracle cards first. Visualization. Woo, hippie trippy. This is great, especially for restructuring your life, one of the elements that is coming into play with this eclipse. So how can you use this to help you? When you can visualize yourself completing something, the finishing of something, you don't have to know all the steps you're going to take or that you even need to take. If you can see yourself having it, that is a very important part of manifestation, visualization. See it as being completed. I do that a lot. All right, let's see what else we have next. Okay, Mora, she who hesitates, ponder, delay, confidence. And I feel like this is probably part of that letting go of the past. Sometimes it can be hard to let go, to let the winds of change wrap around you and envelop you. But I think the more you visualize on what you want in your future, then you will be good, Taurus. So now let's get one more oracle. That's going to be, well, let's see what we have here. Union. You have seen and unseen allies draw upon their strength, join forces with friends, and flourish. So you might be getting some help or inspiration or just confirmation from the allies around you. And this is about this union, the allies is people that support you, that understand you, that are really there to help back you up. Let's take a look at our tarot. All right, Taurus. We have momentum and speed here. It also could be incoming messages, but for now we're looking at something coming in quickly for you. This has been coming out a lot for people, I think, because we are in this time of great change with the Pluto in Aquarius, but that could just be competition. We'll see. We'll get some clarification. We have the Two of Cups here, so this could be something about this union here with this Two of Cups. Let's get some clarifiers. Oops, sorry, I got them upside down again. So we have the Emperor, Aries energy. We have Six of Pentacles. And we have the Seven of Wands. Okay. Wow, look at all this fiery energy here. And so we have fire, fire, and more fire. And then we have earth right here, Taurus, and a little bit of water. And the Six of Pentacles is actually one of your cards. So you are here, but just in the lesser arcana. So let's see. You have the Eight of Wands, all about the speed, right? Things coming in fast. I think there's there's butterflies on here. This wind of change is coming in quickly. And that is being crossed by the Emperor. I think the Emperor is just fine with that. You could be in this Emperor energy right now, Taurus, and that would mean your visualization, I think, is on point, on target. You know what you want, and you know what you want to do to get it. He's actually, his staff here that has the whole solar system on it, he's also pointing down. So I get it as above, so below feeling. So what you visualize in your mind, the above, is what you bring down into the earthly realm here with the Six of Pentacles. So I think manifestation wise, you're probably in the zone in regards to, you know, your pentacles, your resources, and that sort of thing. This is a take charge energy. This is being bold. This is being the leader of your own life, is what I'm seeing here. And I feel like you can get things done really quickly when you visualize how you want it to happen, or just the end product. But I also feel like if you are surrounded with the right people, you can get things done quicker. But there's always a but, right? Because I think you're just ready to get after things and to make things happen. But there could be an issue here. I think you might be around people who and this is why it's important here, why we have this union. You know, it's important to surround yourself with people that have the same ideals, that have the same convictions, because if you don't, there could be this conflict here. I mean, sometimes it's a card of training, but I'm not getting that feeling here. I'm feeling like, you know, this, I mean, it could be competition. Competition isn't always negative. If you are doing your best at something, right? Being the best you can, and your counterparts, the people around you, are also being the best that they can, and you keep raising the bar for each other in that respect. Competition is a wonderful thing, right? It's really more competition with yourself, and that's good. And so this would talk about self-improvement. This could be your self-improvement here, how you face competition. If you've been hesitating, if you've had a lack of confidence or a delay of some kind in wanting to start something new, the lunar eclipse is saying now is the time to just do it. You will learn along the way, which is kind of a Queen of Wands. That fire energy. So I would say just start. Doesn't matter how much, because if you start something and you realize you need to know a little bit more, you will search out that information. You will learn. You will figure it out, right? And so this energy here can be a bit chaotic, but it's being crossed by a 6 of Pentacles. So I feel like there is fairness here. You're bringing fairness to this, equal reciprocity, right? I think where there is confusion and chaos, you, with these emperor and these leadership qualities, can bring balance to these situations, can bring fairness. You know, if these people were squabbling over resources, we might see it like this. But I think there is this knowledge that there's more than enough to go around, you know, and I think you might be teaching people about how to manage resources. I don't know where I'm getting that from, but there it is. So there is a need for equality here, is what I'm feeling. But I'm not getting hesitation here. I don't know where the hesitation is coming from. It could be the environment that is around you. It might feel like it's hesitating, and that might be for a reason. So with the lunar eclipse, go ahead and start something. If you're feeling resistance, and that might be what this is here in your environment, okay, forcing you to hesitate, forcing you to kind of, oh, wait a minute, we got to think things over. That's okay. It just means that you need to think about it a little bit more and maybe divert your path or change, you might have to make adjustments, is what I'm saying here. And that's what can happen with the lunar energy. But overall, I mean, to have this equal reciprocity cross this, I think that is a good outcome for that. And I think you are going to bring that into the forefront of your your relationships with people. And so now, kind of putting this all together, we also have letting go of the past. Now, I don't necessarily have any past cards here, but we do have the 2 of Cups, but it's being crossed by the 7 of Wands. So this could mean a few things for you during this lunar period, Taurus. You may be defensive of your loved ones and your emotional connections. You might be defensive and protective of it. And there's nothing wrong with that, for being a protector for the people you love and care for. That is possible here. Might be wanting to protect the people that are, your allies and that support you. It could be, for some of you, you might be protecting your heart at this time, is what I'm getting. You may not be ready for a relationship, so that might be a story for someone. It could be that you're with someone that, because these wands down here, these can either be supportive, these could be your allies right here, or they may not be. They could be opposition. So you might find yourself in a place where you are being supported in your love and, emotional affairs, affairs of the heart. Your family and friends might support you, or you might find yourself on the other side where they don't like who you are with, who you are friends with, any of your emotional connections. I don't mean just romantically. I mean all of your connections, your friends, family, stuff like that. So I don't know which side of the fence you're on. It will be different for others of you. So some of you could have this conflict within your relationships, and some of you may not. So I think the main thing here though is to try to be around people that you can communicate effectively with, people that you don't have to constantly feel on the defensive, right? You want people that are there to support you, and to cheer you on. That's what I would hope for you, Taurus. Okay, Taurus. So that is going to be your lunar eclipse messages. Let's move right on to Virgo. Virgo, it is your turn for the lunar eclipse reading. We are going to pull your oracle first, and we have, wow, look at all that blue clarity. You will see something very clearly. That is nice. Makes me think of this right here. This one is pretty darn clear. So, and it goes with that. Conclusions are within reach as well. Let's see, what else do you have, Virgo? Isra, she who dreams, escape dreams in fantasy. I get a Seven of Cups feel with that, and that is like a Libra right there. And now this one, we have, ta-da! Ooh, Metamorphosis. Trust the process and be patient. Becoming cannot be rushed. Change is beautiful. So maybe you're dreaming about something, maybe seeing something, your future, this change with more clarity. I like the sound of that, Virgo. So let's get some tarot for you. And it has been foggy all day today. Crazy. All right, kind of mystical quality outside. Woohoo! Look at that, the World card. Wow. My goodness. That is Capricorn energy. Ooh, Six of Wands, Virgo. My goodness. And we have Four of Wands. Very nice. Let's get some clarifiers. Ooh, Scorpio energy with the Death card. Definitely something ending and beginning. Nine of Wands, Sagittarius, and ooh, the Hierophant, some Taurus energy. This is going to be a powerful lunar eclipse because look at that, because the eclipses usher in. And you have that metamorphosis, right? That goes with this right here. This is restructuring life right here. This is it, because those are the three things, the three components that is coming about in this lunar eclipse: the self-improvement, letting go of the past, just as also that, and restructuring life. This is actually could be all three in one right here. So you're entering a new time, Virgo. This is a new cycle. Something is ending clearly, because that's what this is. You could have completed a soul mission, and now guess what? It's time for a new one, right? It just never ends. And so you might be feeling that Thule energy come around you at any point, which is not bad. The Fool just lacks direction. That's the only thing. But otherwise, the Fool is wonderful energy. I love that card. I had to tattoo it on my leg. I love it so much. So anyway, look at this beautiful portal. It's like a window, a doorway is opening for you with this transformation. And I feel like it, I feel like everything that you have been through, especially with this Four of Wands. It's like going through like a ring of fire. It's burning away anything that you don't need anymore. You're entering this new cycle, this new period with perfect clarity and perfect purity. Like a really good clear mind. And the reason why is cuz you're focused on your dreams. You're in this fantasy world, and that can be possible with that fool energy, just to kind of be um in the kind of how do I say it, just kind of head in the clouds kind of feeling, a little bit euphoria. So yeah, a new beginning is coming. And look at this, a lot of fire for you, a lot of fire. So we have this Leo energy here with the Six of Wands, victory. This is getting some kind of recognition for something. For some of you, you might actually be retiring from something at an early age, or finishing something big. And you know what it could be? It could be that you finished a major soul milestone. This victory could be inside you, because we do have wands here, and it's spirit energy. For others of you, this victory could be more profound, like promotions, accomplishments, different kinds of accomplishments. Really, it doesn't have to be something um big, like a job, or something like that. It could be, weight loss accomplishment, or something with your diet, or finishing a project that you started years ago. But there's some kind of victory here and recognition for it as well. And if it's not recognition within your peers and your family, it's recognition on the spirit side, I have to say. And so this journey to this victory, yeah, I think it probably took a lot out of you. We have the Nine of Wands here. This is that wounded warrior. But, what I like about the Nine of Wands is no matter what we go through in life, we have these ups and downs. We have the trials and tribulations, like the Five of Wands. It's conflict and chaos and competition. But then we have victory. So you triumphed over that. And you've been through a lot, though. We can see that with the Nine of Wands. So I think it's time to give yourself a pat on the back that you've made it, that you're still standing. You are still here. You went through this first section of life. So I feel like you're ending a chapter here. I definitely get that sense here. This is like a completion. This is like you finishing the race, and now you're just absolutely tired. You just take a knee and you're just like exhausted, right? When I lived in Hawaii, I did my first and only marathon that I've ever ran, and it was the 26-mile full marathon. I did it. It took me 6 hours. I didn't stop. I just paced myself. I said, I'll go as far as I can go. And by golly, I finished it. And so I was so proud of myself. And so I think you're very proud of yourself for having completed this first leg of the journey of this life, Virgo. But you've got so many more dreams and aspirations that you're ready to start anew. And we see that with that metamorphosis here, for sure. So you're ready to cross over this portal. And I feel like you're being guided. So the Four of Wands has many different meanings. For me, it represents the four corners of your home, but it's also your partnership's commitment. And when I say commitment, sometimes it can be in the marriage card, but it just means how focused and committed are you to your life, to your soul missions, and just any of those things. So this could also represent that finish line as well. And then that has been crossed by this lovely Taurian. I was trying to say Taurian and lovely at the same time. Lovely Taurus energy, the Hierophant. And so I do feel like you are completing something that you were very committed to, but now you're about to commit to something new, something transformative. I feel like this is a blessing. And I feel like you are being blessed by the universe at this time. So I think through all this portal that you're going through right here, that's that letting go of the past, and this is coming into the new, right? There is a little bit of letting go of the past that needs to happen here with this as you transition into this new energy. And you might be, while you're restructuring your life here, this is that newness that you're going into. You could be learning something new, because we do have the Hierophant here, and this represents the stages of learning. And it could be spiritual learning. It could be that, you're starting over again, with a new soul mission. So you're at level one. You're starting something new here, a new mission, because we're starting over. When I say starting, I don't mean like starting from scratch. I just feel like you're entering a new period of your life, you know? And so it could be you're transitioning from your 30s to your 40s, or 40s to 50s, 50s to 60s, something like that. And the older I get, the younger being older feels. Like when you're in your 20s, you look at someone in their 50s and 60s as really old. But now that my 50s are just right around the corner, I'm thinking, it's not really all that old. It doesn't feel old. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So, I think you are moving forward in your life with a lot more clarity now, obviously. You know, you've been through this change, you've been through this transformation. And this looks like a very nice, steady progression, Virgo. This is probably one of the best readings I've seen for you in a long time, because you've been through a lot. You have been through a lot. So the blessings I feel like you've been, wishing for, praying for, they're here with this lunar eclipse. I do believe so. And there we go, Virgo. That was a good one. All right, that's all the messages I'm getting for now. So let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, let's see what this lunar eclipse is bringing your way. Let's look at our oracle cards first. Almost had two. Ooh, listening. I wonder if you're hearing spirit, like if your ears start ringing or you feel pressure. You could be listening to spirit at night while you sleep, getting messages in your dreams. Audace, she who resists, fearless, justified, and resistant. Could be something you need to release there, but we will see soon. And we also have awareness. Look at that, awareness and listening. Pay attention to the subtleties. Look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. Ooh, Capricorn, I think synchronicities are going to be very important during this lunar eclipse cycle. So we're looking at self-improvement, letting go of the past, and restructuring life. So let's see what we have for you in the tarot. And so far, these have been very enlightening. I like that. All right, let's see. First card, 8 of Cups. And that is, I have to say, this card right here, it shows a lunar eclipse. Because that's just the sun. Well, actually, that's weird, because it would actually be the Earth shadow. But anyway, this is the only tarot card that has an eclipse on it. So there you go. You have 6 of Pentacles. And then we have 6 of Swords. You have 2 sixes. All right, let's see, get some clarifiers for you, Capricorn. All right, 8 of Cups with the 6 of Wands. What's coming out for people? 8 of Wands. Okay, on fire here. And the Ace of Swords. Wow. On the Six of Swords. That's that awareness right there. Holy moly. Talk about conclusions within reach. Wow. And that's kind of that she's holding a dagger there. That's that fearless and justified right here. But I don't feel the resistance is a bad thing. So we have self-improvement, letting go of the past, and boom, you nailed that one right here, Capricorn, with the Eight of Cups. Definitely letting go, walking away from things that no longer bring you happiness, fulfillment, joy. And what is weird about this Eight of Cups is none of them are spilled. They're all sitting upright. So, these are letting go of things that you may have once enjoyed, but now you no longer have a taste for, right? Letting go of vices, letting go of bad habits. It's amazing how I think people still smoke cigarettes in this day and age. And I'm not pointing fingers or trying to criticize anyone, but they are really taste terrible. And it's funny how people keep doing it even though it just tastes so bad. And it smells bad too. It's very stinky. So hopefully you're letting go of things like that. Hopefully you don't smoke. Vaping is somewhat tolerable as compared to smoking. Very bad for your lungs. I mean, just don't. But anyway, enough of that. Definitely walking away from the past, and I think you're going to be very victorious in this because you're by walking away from things that no longer satisfy you or make you happy. It's going to make you feel lighter, but also you're just going to feel victorious, like you've taken control of things. And I feel like that's what you're doing here. You're really taking control of what makes you happy. And once you start going towards things that is going to make you happy, that brings you joy and fulfillment, you know people are going to be wondering, people will notice a change in you. They'll be like, what did you do? You're glowing. People might say, oh my gosh, you're glowing. What's your secret? And it's because you've let go of the past and you're embracing. I feel like this is your own inner abundance, your own inner victory. I feel like this is an inner victory over conquering this, just letting things go, right? And I feel like more victories will come in. So, also around you during this time, equal reciprocity, fairness, equalness. And we have a sense of fairness here with this Ace of Swords, also a victory. I feel like you're having personal victories here during this lunar eclipse. Did I say eclipse? Eclipse. So, yeah. And I think with this Six of Pentacles here, I think you are a very generous person. And it's easy to attract people that, when you are a generous person, it's easy to attract the kind of people who are wanting generosity because they kind of go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? One attracts the other, whether or not you're meaning to. I think people come to you for assistance. People come to you either looking for answers or possibly even, money and things like that. And this is saying if you're in a position to give, that you will. But I also think with these swords over here, and especially with this resist, I think you're coming into a period where you're going to start saying no more to these people who are just constantly have a handout, who aren't even trying to do anything on their own. I think you're going to restructure your life in this area of who you give to and how much, right? You're going to look at things differently. And so you have this fairness and equal reciprocity here and abundance because we have a 6 in your resources. It's being crossed by the 8 of Wands. So I think you could be coming into um, either, I think you might be getting something that you weren't expecting because that happens with the lunar eclipse things. You might be getting an inheritance, is what I'm feeling, or some kind of even a lottery win, or you're winning. I feel like you're going to be winning something, a competition. We have that victory here and a victory here. So I'm getting the feeling, yeah, that you might win something really quickly. Something's coming in fast for you in this respect. You know, it's going to be unexpected as well, but very abundant, whatever it is. But I think you are resisting the urge to give to people who don't either appreciate it or you know, you just they they don't give back, right? So we also have this awareness here, and I think these all go in together. I think you're listening to your spirit guides at this time. This restructuring your life is right here because you have 2 cards of leaving things behind, of this is part of that self-improvement. This is kind of everything all in one, restructuring life for sure here. But you have letting go of emotional disappointment, but then letting go of the mental disappointment and baggage. That's big. This woman and child here, they are leaving everything behind that isn't good for them. All the painful swords, right? This is all their knowledge, their wisdom, things they have learned, they're keeping, but none of the painful stuff. And you're being guided right now at this time, or you have support. You have this person here. And there is a victory here. There's truth here in this with the Ace of Swords. This is divine clarity at this time. And so this is just really that be very aware and listening to the universe. The universe is always trying to communicate with you, to encourage you, to let you know that you're on the right path here. I definitely feel that you're on the right path. I think things are going to start speeding up. I think things are going to start gaining momentum with a lot of positive movement here, Capricorn. Leaving things behind, letting go of the past, equal reciprocity. I mean, this is just fantastic in my book. All right, Capricorn, that's all your messages. Now we're going to go into the, let's see, air signs. Yes, air is next. Gemini, this is your lunar eclipse reading. We're going to start with an oracle card, or 3 rather. So let's see what we have. Nurturing. Oh my goodness. Family. Maybe part of the 3 things that you're going to be focusing on with this lunar eclipse is self-improvement, nurturing, letting go of the past, and restructuring your life. So let's see what your next card is. We have I can't pronounce these names. Oh my gosh. She Who Whispers. Consia, Secrets, Confessions, and Confidant. Beautiful card. Huh. Maybe somebody is telling you a secret, or maybe you have secrets. Maybe they're secrets from the past. And we have power. Whew, look at that. Call upon the elements, focus your intentions. The greatest dragon is within you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Power dragon. All right, we'll take it. We will take it. All right, let's get your tarot and see if we can put this all together for you, Gemini. Oops, that was weird. Why'd that flip like that? Okay, we have? Oh, we have the Page of Cups. Might be a secret admirer. Ooh, we have the King of Wands. It's a big wand. And the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. And now let's get some clarifiers. All right. Ta-da. Ooh, Temperance, Sagittarius. So fire energy. The Star, Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. And ooh, the Fool. Oh my gosh. More Aquarius. So you might be dealing with an Aquarius, or you might have it in your chart. Oh my goodness. So the three things we're looking at for this lunar eclipse is the self-improvement, letting go of the past, and restructuring life. Well, the Fool has got the letting go of the past, got it done. Restructuring life is going to be part of that power and this Star and the King of Wands energy. The self-improvement, I think, is right here. So we have the Page of Cups, which represents all of the cup sign, right? And hold on. So I think it's funny. The this is how the Page of Cups is supposed to look with the fish in the cup. It looks a little silly. I had to kind of laugh at it. But in all seriousness, a fish comes from the ocean, right? And the cups are all about our emotions. And so he's holding the fish in this cup, the Ace of Cups. And so it represents something coming from our deeper inner self coming up. So this is about your communicating with your inner self. If you think about, this is a precursor, right, to the Knight of Cups, and then the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. The Queen and Kings have dived the depths of their emotions, and have really looked at their deep emotions, which is represented represented by this fish. And so let's combine all this together. So now we have the Temperance, and this is about inner alchemy. This is about looking at those inner self, the subconscious and deep emotional things. This is about transmutation. This is about inner healing. This is the nurturing. This is the self improvement that is around you at this time, Gemini. This is the energy that you are working with. And it says that you have everything you need here to transmute any potential negatives or any kind of issues you may have inside into something that is better, more useful. If you think about how some emotions are very similar, anxiety, worry, and nervousness, the feeling of it inside, that quivery kind of feeling, it's very similar. Let's say if you were scared about switching schools or going to a new school or a new job or something like that, and you were nervous and anxious, it's basically the same inner feeling as excitement. And so the Temperance Angel is here to help you as you bring up, as this lunar eclipse brings up emotions to deal with, to look at, to change them into something more positive, something you can work with. I've often been excited about new schools, learning things new, whereas I think some people might be the opposite. They might be scared and nervous and that sort of thing. So that's how I can relate those feelings, right? So this is going to be a period of time for you to do some inner alchemy, Gemini, if you need to. If you don't, no worries, right? So look at this restructuring life. I'm getting this power. Look at this power. Wow, this is really something. You might have a secret dream here, that something that you've never told anyone, possibly. And maybe that's what's coming up here. Maybe you were too afraid to mention it, or embarrassed, or just whatever, you know. Um, but the King of Wands is the entrepreneur. He is the visionary. He's the one that has the ideas, right? Because this Ace of Wands represents, well, spirit, but also inspiration, in spirit, inspiration. That's what that means. And so you are probably either having a lot of great ideas right now and have the potential and the energy and the fire here to implement them. This is saying this is the perfect time to take your dreams, your inspirations, and you can manifest it. These two together, power right here. Look at that. Call upon the elements and focus your intentions right here. This is it. This is the energy that is around you. Wow, this is really powerful, Gemini. This is probably the most, I think, innovative of the readings so far, of someone doing inner work, nurturing the self, taking these deep secrets, maybe, and turning them into something they're very passionate about, and sharing it with the world, showing their light, showing their star, sharing those dreams with everyone else. That's really, really something. And then over here, my goodness, look at this. This is the, I would say, the fact that you will put your work and energy into this in a creative form in the earthly realm, because we have pentacles. You know, this is you putting in the work and then kind of standing by to see how it's being received, to wait for it to blossom. This is patience right here. This is trusting the process. And we have this with the Fool energy too, because you know that whatever you're putting your resources into, your time, effort, energy, love, money, passion, whatever it is, all of those resources, you have to kind of give it up to the universe. So this is a freedom here. This is, I'm trying to explain this. So you put in all this hard work, dedication, but the results of it, we may not know. You can write a book that you think is absolutely amazing. It probably is, but you don't really know how it's going to be received. So there's this element of letting go expectation, letting go of, you know, kind of how things are going to be, and just kind of going with the flow of just being, this is about being happy with the process. See, the Fool is here for the journey. The Fool wants to experience things. The Fool doesn't hold on to anything negative, doesn't really retain a whole lot either. So I think with you do have direction though, thank goodness, because you've got the King of Wands here that's going to help direct this energy. But when it comes to the outcome here, you're just going to let it go. What can you do? You can't force people to buy your product. You can't just say buy it. I mean, you do your best and then you release it, and you hope for the best, really. And so that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a release of the outcome here, and being okay with whatever happens. Wow, Gemini, that's amazing. That is really something. So there's a lot of power in letting go here for you. A lot of power in letting go. Woo! Wow. I don't know about you, Gemini, but I like this reading. If it resonated with you, please let me know. Hit that like button. If you have a suggestion for future Sunday bonus readings, do drop it in the comments. I do read all of the comments, and I love to hear suggestions. So that's it for this one. Let's go to Libra. Libra, this is your lunar eclipse reading. Let's take a look at your oracle. And we have, oh, universal light. This came out for someone else. I don't remember who. So I feel like you are connecting with the divine, possibly even the Akashic record. This is just knowing that you are a part of something much larger, knowing that you are as old as the universe. Every cell in our body was, all the elements were all created at the same time. We are ageless and we are infinite and we are undying. So that's what I'm getting with that one. Woo! And here we have, ooh, Colette, she who nurtures empathy, gentleness, and insight. You might have a necklace like that, a real nice amethyst. And this one, what do we have? What do we have? So exciting. Dreamer. Woo. Your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. Time and destiny. This is the magic of life. Okay, I'm going to have to watch Storks later because I freaking love that movie. It's so funny. The wolves. Oh my goodness. She smells like flowers. Okay. So, I'm thinking of flowers. Okay. Focus. Mamacita. Okay. I'm just having so much fun with this reading. Okay. And we're doing it's a long one. We're doing all 12 signs. So, good thing I've got the energy for it. All right. Let's get some tarot. In that dreamer, I think it is influenced that universal light. I feel like those are connected. Ooh, Sagittarius. Look at that. That's so beautiful. Temperance angel. Oh, Libra. Look at that. You have the Empress, Taurus energy. Woo. That's that nurturing right there. Oh, that's perfect. King of Wands. He is popping out. All right. So the three things that this eclipse is bringing is, because it's the Virgo Pisces axis, it is self-improvement, letting go of the past, and restructuring life. Those are huge. You already got two major arcana. Ooh, now we have the Queen of Wands with the King. Hubba, hubba, zing, zing. All right, Eight of Swords. Oh, no. Got some worry here. It's okay. We'll tackle it. And then King of Wands on the King of Wands. This is basically saying, I said what I mean, and I'm meaning what I say. So that's what we have there. Oof. Okay. Gotcha. Message received loud and clear. I've heard you overtly. More storks. Okay, sorry. Oh, crazy. We have Elizabeth Taylor here. So, okay. I know it just looks like her. Absolutely looks like her. Anywho, so we have, look at this. This is so beautiful. The Queen of Wands is a great energy, and especially with the King too, of being a dreamer, in pursuing your destiny. Libra, you've got all this fire around you, just amazing. But we're gonna get to this in just a minute. So you have the energy around you right now of this beautiful temperance Sagittarius angel here. And this is inner alchemy, changing water to wine. You can change your emotions from something not so good, from anxiety and nervousness to excitement, from hate to love. They say there's a fine line between love and hate, and that, you can find ways to see the good side of things. You can find ways to understand how a situation is benefiting you. You can put a positive spin on dang near everything. I'm gonna say dang near everything. And so that's what this is saying inside. That now is the time to, let go of the past and Do the self-improvement. That's what this is right here. I feel like there's self-improvement right here with this temperance energy, this inner alchemy. And that is nurturing yourself. And when you do that, and these energies inside you transmute into optimism, like Sagittarius, right? And also, being very honest and freedom loving and happy. Just, you know, those things are going to come through. And then, woohoo, you add this, extra fire. This is Aries. All queens are cardinal energies. And so they represent the beginning of the season. And so this is Aries energy because Aries is a cardinal sign. And the Queen of Wands has that Aries energy of being very energetic, active, very bold, very daring. The Queen of Wands learns as she goes. She doesn't have to know everything to get something started. She just gets it started, and she's going to do it her way, and she's going to figure out what works, and she doesn't give a rip what anyone thinks. You know, this is your show. This is your play. This is your, book of life, right? This is your journey, your path, your everything. What do you want to experience? And so that's what this energy is here for, to help you transmute what you don't need or don't want anymore into something, into a more usable, viable energy. Wow, that is powerful right there. Now, we need to let go of the past with this. This is calling on your nurturing side because Libra, you got it tough. You got it tough with the air and the swords. You know, I mean, this 8 of Swords is, let's see, this is Gemini energy. And so the trick with any of the tarot that has the blindfold, it's all about intuition, right? And this being the goddess energy of the Empress, she is all of the queens combined, all that intuition, right? All that female energy, because the moon is the feminine, right? The lunar feminine energy matches our cycles, all those great things. And I think you we all have this within us, male or female, this ability to create this fertile abundance, fertility of mind, fertility of body, fertility of spirit. We can create the lives that we want here. And it's sometimes there's self doubt comes in, sometimes it's just the everyday daily things that weigh us down in our mind, you know? So this is very much the universal energy that is bequeathed to you at birth, right? This is that universal light. This is universal nurturing. This is our pure form of being able to create whatever life we want. But you add in the mind, our brains, the physical body, because your brain is what generates your thoughts, all these swords, right? Your brain is basically a recorder, and it's a radio station playing the hits, whether it's your failures, your insecurities, horrible things that may happen that never will, and just all kinds of, it's set to the travesty station sometimes, right? And the trick here is to this intuition here, that is your spirit, that is who you really are as a light being, right? The tough part about being a light being is being shoved into a physical human body with a brain. The brain plays back all these things, these what if scenarios. It's got its own radio station, and sometimes it's hard to turn it off, and sometimes we get emotionally attached to them, and then you get the 9 of swords, or the theory of swords. That's also, emotionally attached because it's going through the heart. But when you get emotionally attached to those thoughts and you think that they're your own, but they're not, it's the radio station in your head. You want to become aware of your thoughts, that you are not your thoughts, especially these negative things, because that cannot be the universal light, that being that you are. So there are ways to quiet the mind, to pay attention, use your intuition, let your intuition guide you away from this. Listen to Alan Watts, great philosopher, love his voice. But listen to things that can turn the chatter off, I mean, because this is just stuff, it's just a recording. It's not who you are, these worries, these thoughts. And so do be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. No regrets, because you don't know how things could have turned out otherwise. If you did make a bad decision here and there along the path of life, don't beat yourself up. It could have been, if you had made a different decision, if you could have go back in a time machine and make a different decision, you don't know how that could have affected the future in a much more negative way. So don't regret, okay? And try to turn off the chatter with this. Do something that, either journal and put these things down and then burn it safely. That's what I like to do. Put it in a little, something where you can contain it, fire pit, something like that. Or just throw it away. Literally throw it away. Write down all your worries and throw it away. You know, that would be the letting go of the past. And here, you want to restructure your life. Holy moly. The dreamers are right here. This is you, Libra. This is double King of Wands. Are you kidding me? So this is saying there's something you're wanting to create, do, bring in into this world, you know? And you might have a divine counterpart. There might be somebody who sees eye to eye on this project with you, you know? So if this isn't you, then there's someone here that matches your energy, maybe even double it. I don't know. Because you have a divine counterpart here with the King and Queen of Wands. A lot of passion. And I don't mean lustful passion. I just mean passion about something. If you feel passionate about something, you're driven, you're motivated to do something with it, about it, for it, And so these salamanders say that the king's here is protected, from taking, go ahead and take the risk, is what this is saying. Just do it. If it's something that you have dreamed, it's your destiny. Now, I have to say there's a caveat, because I think all of the Libras listening are good, kind-hearted people. But on the off chance that there is someone who is on the negative spectrum, psychopathic or whatever, no. Whatever it is, horrible thing you're thinking about doing, don't do it. Okay? This is only messages for the good people who have no ill intention, okay? I have to say that. I don't know why. But anyway, this King of Wands is the visionary. He's the entrepreneur. If you've got an idea, this person, if it's not you, they can help you get this off the ground, this Kickstarter, this business, this idea, this dream, this book, this whatever it is, business. This is the person, This person isn't in your life yet. You'll probably be coming across them pretty soon, I would think. They're in a position of authority. They're very commanding, but they have a fiery personality. You don't want to be on their bad side. They will, if things aren't going to go their way, just get out of their way. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a my way or the highway kind of energy. And I know, and I can speak from it because I'm Sagittarius and these are wands. So yeah, but this is very commanding energy. There's a lot of leadership here. There's a lot of know-how here. So if this isn't you, then this is somebody who's going to help you manifest your dreams or shares your dreams, something like that. But wow, Libra. that is some fiery stuff there. Woohoo! All right, that's all I'm getting for you, Libra. I think that's enough. All right, let's move on to Aquarius. Woo! Aquarius, it's your turn for your lunar eclipse reading. I am having a fantastic time. I hope you are too. And if a reading doesn't resonate, try your either your sun, moon, or rising sign. So let's see. Listening. This came out for someone else. It's important. All right, let's grab this one. I think people like to talk to you. They like to share their problems with you, probably. Ooh, nice. Look at this. You have she who divines, Futura, future choice, judgment. You might be clairvoyant. Honestly, you might have some kind of psychic abilities here with this listening. You might have clairaudience, or you might have a psychic knowing, which I have several different things that I use. All right, let's see what this one is. And we have sanctuary. Embrace the need for solitude. Your inner sanctuary calls you, renew yourself, and thrive. Okay, so the three things we're working with this lunar cycle is self-improvement, letting go of the past, and restructuring life where it is needed. All right, let's get your tarot. Do. I'm so happy I got my closet organized yesterday after the move. It looks good. Yay. All right, you have 5 of Cups. This is that need to let go of the past. We have 6 of Wands. This is coming out for folks. And, oh, Empress. Nice. All right, let's see what else we have for you. We'll get some clarifiers. Are some of you maybe therapists? I wonder if people are talking to you about something that happened. I hope it's not trauma bonding. 6 of Wands again. This is coming out for a lot of people. There's victory here. We have Pisces energy, the Hangman, and we have the Page of Pentacles. That's good. That's a seed. That's a start. That's a going in the right direction there, Aquarius. So, isn't this an interesting mix? We have a 5 to a 6, which 6 is usually a good, happy card. The 6s. I like 6s. 6 are it's just a good number. It's harmony. It can be travel, obviously. So there is going to be a period where you feel like you've had a loss, maybe even regrets. These are things that have already happened. It's, that kind of crying over spilled milk thing, I hate to say. But, these things are done. It's in the past. Okay. And the thing to remember with a 5 is that, it's changing. It's chaotic. It's a change type energy. So it's not permanent, right? It's not a permanent energy. And this is saying that after a period of, feeling down, maybe depressed, loss, grief, regret, that sort of thing, you will have victory. You will be happy again, is what the 6 of Wands is telling me. Typically the 6 of Wands is about acknowledgement and accolades, awards, recognition, promotions, things like that. But what I think it's trying to say here is, this is temporary. And so what I think is interesting here is this figure has his back turned to, so since we read left to right, this is a past, this is going forward, it's future. So this figure has his back to the future and to, new possibilities and new experiences and new options. And, you know, you don't want to get stuck in the past. And there might be a time, so we have sanctuary here, renew yourself and travel. I get a hermit feeling from this for you, Aquarius. And there is a need here during this lunar eclipse to let go of the past and to look towards the future, because you do have happiness, you do have more options. So if that is resonating with you, know that that is just the loss and the regret is temporary, right? And so I think it's really interesting. We have the Six of Wands again. It's really wanting you to know that this feeling of victory and accomplishment and recognition is not only a potential part of your future, it is your future. It is. It's not just a dream. It is. It is here in the now. It's not, this happiness is now. This victory is now. And I think it's interesting. We have right in the center this she who divines future choice and judgment with this hangman energy. Now, the hangman did this to himself on purpose. He restricted the use of his limbs so that he would be forced to see things from a different perspective, to gain enlightenment. Okay, and that enlightenment, if you think about it, is a connection to the divine. Enlightenment is a knowing. Enlightenment is that divinity, is that knowing. So it could be very literal for some of you that you might be using this enlightenment, this divinity, this psychic ability to gain this victory. You know, that's what I'm getting specifically with this. For others of you, you may feel like you are sacrificing um, aspects of yourself for this victory, this happiness, So that would say it would be time for some restructuring if that's the case. Um, a bit of restriction in order to get things done, I would say is okay, but you don't want it to be prolonged, right? You don't want to prolong your happiness for too long. Like, I understand not celebrating every single little accomplishment. You might delay your sense of gratification. I do that a lot. I don't celebrate a bunch of tiny things because I feel like it makes the celebration less meaningful, you know? And so I think that's kind of what's going on here in a way. Let me know if that's resonating with you. All right. So in this sanctuary, I feel like this is where things are going to restructure for you. This is where things are really going to be released and the self-improvement is really going to happen. When you embrace this fertility here, this goddess, this mother goddess, this nurturing here, the intuition as well. She's all of the queens combined. I think you're going to be divinely inspired. This Page of Pentacles is holding the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning in something, right? It's a seed, it's potential. The Page and the Aces are just potential energy, and it's something very, I think it's eye-catching. We have this peacock here. I feel like it will grab people's attention. I'm getting that kind of prideful thing in a good way because we have it here with the Six of Wands twice. I think there is something here about you or this idea that is going to get a lot of attention here, Aquarius. And it could have something to do, you may have seen it in your future, you may have dreamed it, or you just might have a knowing that this is in your future, this abundance, this really amazing thing. But this is a seed, and who better to plant it and nurture it and take care of it and make it grow into a massive abundance, then this Empress energy, you've got it. Aquarius, this is going to be a great lunar eclipse for you, because when you release the past and you do the self improvement, you know, this is just wonderful energy to be in. I think whatever you plant now and you nurture, I have to charge up my battery. So, whatever you plant right now in nurture, it will grow very abundantly for you, Aquarius. All right, that's a good place to end. That is a great message. And so now we're going to move on to fire signs. And now, fire signs. Here we go. Let's start with Aries. You are up first. Here we go. Your lunar eclipse reading. Woo, I am presence, which I would prefer I am present. So, not sure why it says I am presence, but either way, in the here, in the now, that is good. That is good. All right, next up. Come on, cooperate. Let's see what we have. Manatili. She who remains, powerful devotion and true worth. Look at that. Is that a lynx? Wow, that is beautiful. And that is part of that. She who remains, she who is present. And they have very similar colors and energies, don't they? Ooh, all right. One more. Now, ooh, strength. Okay. Ooh. So it's interesting. We have this fire and ice component here. You have courage. You can endure, find your center, and spiral into your power. It makes me think of Fight Club. He's like, "What's your power animal?" And she was like, "Slide." He was like, "No." Anyway, great movie. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so wow, look at this. So the three things we're looking at for this Virgo, Pisces axis, blood moon, lunar eclipse, we have three things: self-improvement, letting go of the past, and restructuring your life. So let's take a look at the tarot. Woo. So that strength, I have kind of a Leo and an Emperor feeling with it, especially with that she who remains. It almost feels like true worth. It feels like a Queen of Swords energy. All right. Makes me think of Eckhart Tolle a little bit and how he speaks about present moment. All right. Ooh, look at there. Fool. Aquarius energy. Wow. I love that. Love the Fool. Adore the Fool. Ooh, High Priestess. Yes. Oh, she definitely knows her worth. Wow. And we have the Ace of Wands. All the fire signs combined. Yes, indeedy. We will take it. All right, let's get some clarifiers. We have the Fool at the bottom of this deck. Wouldn't that be crazy if the Fool popped up on the Fool? All right. Let's see what we have. Aries. Yeah, little kooky dukes. We have Hangman, Pisces energy. Okay. Yeah. Six of Swords. She remains while she's walking away, maybe. Let's see. Oh, Gemini energy, the Lovers. You don't have a choice. Passionate. New beginnings somewhere. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. As far as what's coming in with this lunar eclipse, wow. This Hangman has been coming out, and the Fool. So the lunar eclipse can bring about sudden change, unexpected change. I've seen the Tower card. And for you, Aries, my goodness. Ooh, I think you have a very courageous spirit. We have power here and power and strength here. Present moment. Part of this is letting go of the past. And that I can see that with the Fool energy and the Six of Swords. The Fool, it really is one of my favorite cards in the tarot because the Fool is pure of heart and of mind and of soul and of spirit. The Fool is starting the journey. And this is what we hope to come to, I think, in life as we progress from the Fool all the way through all the trials and tribulations. We get to the world, we close out a cycle, we learn something, we finish a soul mission, and then we're lighter. We can float again, we can experience life anew again. And so I'm getting that kind of energy here of just letting things go. Nothing ruffles your feathers. I feel like you are protected, and I feel like you have this divine protection around you that really kind of keeps other people maybe at bay. I think you're intimidating in a good way, in a strong way, because I feel like she's very intimidating. Just her presence. That's it. That's it. Your presence, your physical being and your spiritual being is unified, Aries. And I think it gives you freedom, like this Fool has. You can go off on a new journey if you want to. You can stay where you are if you want to, if you're happy. You can take a journey in your mind. And I'm kind of getting that feel here with this enlightenment that this is a spiritual journey for you, this right here. So you might not actually be going anywhere. I feel like this is a rebirth of your spirit. I get kind of a judgment feel with these two cards together, this enlightenment, because what I think is interesting is this hangman is letting himself free. The chains are coming off. So there could have been a period of time where you endured something, where you sacrificed yourself for something to get to this point where you can be free. For some of you, it might be early retirement. I just heard. I've heard that, I think at least once, one other time in these readings. But I feel like you're letting yourself go because you've got this is a new perspective, a new way of seeing things. And that's what this is too. It's like combined, you know. Um, Sometimes the hangman has this aura, this golden halo around his head to represent enlightenment. And I kind of feel like that's here too with this beautiful full energy. It's very innocent, but it's not innocent in a naive way, right? It's like you're pure of heart. It's like you've cleansed what you needed to kind of move on with your life, releasing anything negative. And so you also have the high priestess here, very in touch with your intuition. And I'm getting that here. This, I feel like she knows things. This gal here, this Manatili, she knows things. She can see things. She's got great clarity. And look, she's in this outside throne, and she's surrounded by these beautiful, huge crystals, which provide clarity and strength and power. And there's no roof over your head. There's no limit to what you can achieve. There's a lot of potential here with what you can do with your life. She's got this beautiful crown, and so does she with the moon on it. So you are very powerful during this time. And what you've done here with your intuition and this powerfulness where you can see things very clear. She can see things clearly too. I know she's not the Queen of Swords, but she has her intuition, is her clarity. And this is the energy of that letting go of the past. You know, I think we had self improvement over here, present moment, accepting things as they are, letting go of what you can't change, and then just moving on, you know, and really being guided by your intuition at this time. That has been coming out for a lot of people, being guided by intuition, because that is the truth of our being, it's the truth of our soul, you know. And you're not, this is similar to that fool energy. You're only keeping your wisdom and your knowledge, because the fool is not stupid. The fool has the feather in his cap. The fool does have knowledge, you know. He just may not have direction. He's just kind of floating with the wind, you know. And so I feel like this is a very potentially prosperous time for you, a very powerful time for you. I think you're very intimidating, Aries. You are very intimidating to people because you do have your freedom within your power. And I'm going to tell you, um, you might be changing in direction in your life because we have the Six of Swords. You might be going in a new direction. This could be a passionate new beginning, a choice that you are making, because the Lovers is essentially about a choice. It doesn't have to be love. If you're looking for love, the Two of Cups is the card you should be looking for, right? So there is a path here that is coming, and it's a passionate one. It's a fiery one, Aries. You know, the wands is all of the fire combined, which is great for you. It's really good. It's spiritual, like this is that spiritual enlightenment. It's inspiration that comes from spirit. It's in spirit. That is inspiration. It's in your spirit. You will find your inspiration. And I get that feeling here, like it's just coming down from the divine. So in the present moment is when you're going to find this divine inspiration, this choice, this path, something that you want to pursue during this time, this restructuring of your life. You might be changing what you do or starting a passion project, something like that could be. Now, could this be romance for some of you? Sure. It could be. If that's what you're wanting, if that's what you're wanting to see and have, that is a pure potential here for some of you. It is going to be different. So this is really a really cool reading, Aries. Wow. So if you don't find yourself in this energy, you know, this is talking about being carefree, letting go of the past, seeing things from a different perspective, present moment all the way, because that's how you're going to let go of the past. You got to be in the here and the now, you know. Observe the sounds around you. If your mind starts to wander, you know, just bring it back to the sound of the fan or the AC or, you know, a truck or a bird or wind or just whatever is around you, just present moment, you know. And I would say get out in nature too. I'm getting a feeling of being out in nature to help you with that present moment. All right, Aries, that is all that I'm getting for this one. And so let's move on to Leo. Leo, it is your turn. Let's do your lunar eclipse reading. And they have been really fun, really amazing so far. We have, yes, this popped out on the floor way earlier today, and I saw it, and I was like, I really would like to see this come out for someone in this reading. And here we are. Yay. Divine wisdom, divine knowing. Wow. I think you do have that divine wisdom, that knowing of things that you just is like, I don't know how I know it, but I know it. There you go, Leo. And look at that beautiful golden color. Ah, that is perfect. Yay! I love books too. Okay, let's see. We also have Jocelyn, she who persists, perspective, defiant, persistent. Okay, that's a good energy to be in if it's something that is, you know, positive. All right, one last card. Come back here. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, as long as it's something positive, being persistent is good, right? Ooh, flexibility. Gently flow through the turbulence. Life has the ability to shape you. Bend, don't break. That's always a good reminder. We just watched Finding Nemo and Finding Dory the other day. Just nostalgia. So good. All right, let's get some tarot on here, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right, Leo. I think my aunt's spirit was here earlier. She was a Leo because I felt something like patting the top of my head. I was eating lunch with my son and I was like, "What's on my head?" And he just looked at me. He said, "Nothing." And I felt up there because I definitely felt something. I was like, maybe that was her. It's her cat. 10 of Swords. Okay, the end of suffering. Okay, so that's good. That's good because that's what happens with the lunar eclipse. Things can end very abruptly. We have Sagittarius energy. Ooh, and that's a temperance angel. And now we have the Four of Wands. Oops, I was about to draw another one of those, but we're going to get our different set of cards. All right. Ten of Swords. It's not, well, I can't say it's not the end because it's the end of something. That's okay. Everything changes, right? Ace of Swords. Wow, let's put another sword in there. Saggy, again. You have two Sagittarius cards. So you have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, this is a blessing in disguise, probably. And Three of Cups on the Four of Wands. That is beautiful right there. So, okay. It says flexibility, but some things, it depends on what it is, right? Sometimes you need to be flexible and sometimes you need to just let things go. So, the three things, I don't know if I mentioned it. So, for this Virgo lunar eclipse is self-improvement, letting go of the past, and restructuring life. Okay. Now, if this isn't a card of letting go, I mean, I don't know what is. But I mean, this is pretty amazing, really, when you think about it. Whatever this is that is ending, it could be, it's definitely the end of some kind of suffering, Leo. And I think you've been through it. You've had some losses recently. You really have. Let's just be honest. And so it's time to let go of this suffering, to end it, really, to use this sword to cut all the rest of this out, to just let it go. There are some things you can't get back. There are some things that are just gone in the material world, right? And this, I mean, it is a blessing in disguise because look, we have this Ten of Swords being crossed by the Ace of Swords. This divine wisdom is what this is, because this is all about truth and wisdom, right? This is the connection to the divine, like a divine antenna. Wow. And it's also victory. You're going to be triumphant here. And so this definitely is a blessing in disguise. Something probably forced you to let go of something. And I think things will bloom even after. You know what I'm saying? So you're you've been through a lot, Leo. I can feel it. I can feel it. And so look at this. You're still here though. You're still here. Even with these endings, you're still here. You just have gained more knowledge. You're stronger now. I think you can be more flexible now because of it. You can see more, you can understand more. And so, with this beautiful Ace of Swords, this divine wisdom that you've been granted, that you probably already had, we all have it to some extent. How tapped into it we are just depends on the individual. But this part, I feel like, is this part is the self improvement, and this is the restructuring of life. So, this self improvement is you know, understanding. This is that inner alchemy, understanding what these losses mean to you, and how they shape who you are. You wouldn't be the person you are without the experiences you've had. So no regrets, okay? You don't know if you had made a different decision, if what would have happened down the road. So no regrets. Hindsight's always 2020. So this is about doing that inner work, the inner healing, the self-improvement with the temperance angel, the inner alchemy. You can do it. It's kind of like turning a frown upside down. I know that's terrible, but that's what I just heard. So, and when you do that, look, you're tapping into your natural abundance, your natural spirit to persevere and be persistent, and you're kind of defiant in the face of, you know, disaster, catastrophe, things that happen. You keep going, you keep blooming, you keep prospering despite it. And just the knowledge of that and the knowing of how it all intertwines, I think it brings you peace, Leo. And this right here, this energy of transformation is going to help start spinning this wheel in a positive way instead of being just, I don't know, more random. I feel like your luck is about to greatly improve, Leo, because I think you believe it. You're persistent in going forward now because there's no going back. It is done. Whatever this is, you can't go back. So there's really only one way up. That's it. So I think you're focused on this inner alchemy of luck and abundance, of good times ahead. I think you're really focused on that. I think you're ready for it. And I think it's coming. I see a new home for a lot of you because we have this Four of Wands. It can mean several things. For me, it's the four corners of a home, and it's also the wood, the wands, but it's also partnership, commitments. So this might be a restructuring of your life, right? Because I feel like you're having to rebuild something. I really do. A home or a life or something like that. I feel like things got really disrupted for you, Leo. Let me know if I'm on the right track here, but I feel like things have been rough. And so this is stepping into a new portal. I do feel for you. I get the feeling of a new home, of new celebrations in life to come, because these are both cards of like community, the people around you, and happiness and joy. So there's going to be great happiness after this sorrow. There really is. You will be happy again. It's coming, and so wow, you're really wrapped up in this lunar eclipse, is self-improvement, letting go of the past and restructuring. This is really for you, Leo, because I think of all the signs, I feel like you were the best recipient of this type of energy because I really think you need it right now. So, yeah, just stay persistent and focus on the victory that is, it's coming. It's conclusions are within reach. It could come faster than expected. Let's hope so. That would be great. That would be really great for you. All right, we have one last one to do, and it's my sign, Sagittarius. So let's get started with that. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's see what the lunar eclipse holds for you and me. I'm Sagittarius sun and moon, so let's see what's going on. Rebirth 2. All right. I can kind of feel that. I just got moved into a whole new place, so it's got great energy, I have to say. I really like it here. It's just so peaceful. So I'm very happy. All right, here we go. Hannah, this came out for, geez, I can't remember. Taurus, maybe? I can't remember. So, she who listens, beautiful card. Understanding, witness, and compassion. I think you just understand things. You know things, Sagittarius. All right, one more oracle. I think you've witnessed a lot of things in your life. Dance. Haha. Find your heart's rhythm. Step lightly and swing with the melody. Close your eyes and let joy lead the way. Very nice. And we love frogs and toads around here. Haven't seen any yet, though. I hope there's some around because they are so much fun. Okay, let's get some tarot on this, Sagittarius, and I hope you're all doing well right now. And do look at your other placements as well, sun and moon and rising sign. If one does not resonate, one of the others might. So let's see what we get for Sagittarius here. A good shuffle. Oh, look at that. We have some Aries Emperor energy. And I really love this one because it shows that he is wearing underneath his robes there his suit of armor. So ready to go at a moment's notice. Oh, Chariot. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yep. That is some Cancer energy. And the Six of Swords. Wow, this is so good. This has popped up for so many signs during this lunar read. Wow, this is letting go of the past. Ah, that is so good. So happy. Yay. All right, let's get some clarifiers. But really taking the lead on something with that Aries Emperor and the Chariot. Wow. Oh, Ace of Swords. Woo! We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, Saggy. This looks good. This looks good. Makes me happy. So you're going through a period of rebirth during this lunar cycle. I think you're listening to your own heart because it says find your heart's rhythm. And I know I've been dancing a lot lately, singing and dancing, just kind of as I, organize stuff around our house and things. So I think you're getting in the rhythm of this newness of you. I think you feel it. And this comes because for the past 13 years, we've had some real complications as a zodiac, and things are finally starting to go the right way. And I think this kind of proves that we are coming into our own fiery selves. The Emperor, though, is really all of the kings combined. Very fixed energy, very stable, very commanding, taking charge of life And especially just this newness that is coming over us, because I think Sagittarius has been through a lot these past 13 years. I know I have. And it's it's time for a change. It's time for this rebirth. And I think you're really connected with your own truth with this. This is a divine connection. I got soap on my fingers still. Washing clothes out there. But anyway, um, oh, get off, get off. So this is like a spiritual antenna. You're connected to, I believe, your higher self and what you're wanting to have a victory in here on this planet, and you're ready to accomplish that, to do whatever it takes on this new soul mission. I feel like it's a new soul mission because it's a rebirth. You're it's almost like we're starting over, really, after what we've been through. So we have self-improvement. I do believe that's that rebirth part, almost like a, I feel like we've been in the caterpillar soup for a long time and we're about to emerge, right? And so part of this, and this could also be a great idea too, with this Ace of Swords. So part of this is letting go of the past. We have that Six of Swords coming out for just about everybody. And restructuring life. I feel like that's this and this combined. You've got the Chariot. I mean, I really love this energy. It's it's like you're ready. It's part of that Emperor energy too. It's it's already, it's like a victory. It's like you know that this is a winning idea. You know that when you put your passion and your intensity into it, you're going to have victory. This is all about your focus, your ambition. Think of this young man here in this chariot being led by this divine wisdom here, being led by, something within them, something that is beyond you. And so this is like intense direction and focus. And it's being crossed by this Nine of Pentacles. So you're wanting this success, right? This self-sufficiency. This is also a card of little luxuries. And so I think that's what you're going after with a lot of gusto, with a lot of zeal, right? That's what I'm feeling here. The excuse me, the Chariot, I think it's interesting they have these sphinxes here because sphinxes kind of represent like hidden knowledge, hidden wisdom, you know. And these sphinxes, sometimes they're solid, but these aren't. These are these creatures that I think could be very, very fast. You know, this is something that when you put your intention towards this idea, this potential of the Ace of Swords, success, it's like that's the only conclusion. That's the only thing that can happen when you start down this path. I haven't seen a chariot come out in a reading in quite a while. So I'm really excited to see this chariot here, especially in the Sagittarius reading. So I think this is so good. And you probably have a special skill or talent. We see the young maiden here with the falcon, and that's what that represents. So you could be using your talents, and however they may come to you. As we're Sagittarius, we're very creative people. It could come in any number of ways, but you're using it to gather your pentacles. We're talking finances and stuff here. You use it, and we see more butterflies, more transformation. So if you haven't been getting enough pentacles, enough money, I think that's going to be a rebirth for you. I think you can see money coming in. I think you're going to be victorious in that during this, either in this lunar cycle or just beyond. Because for some of you, this is going to be really quick, and some of you, it could take a little bit longer. to see the fruits of your labor? And so we also have here, and this is kind of all your energy. It's not like you have to go through this to this to this. This is always all around you, right? These energies. And the Six of Swords is saying that you have left the past behind. This is part of that rebirth right here. Okay. And this is about you leaving behind heartache, leaving behind things that were just not good for you. But you've kept all the wisdom. You've got it right here. That this is now like that wisdom is going to protect you going forward. You're not going to let the same things happen again. Some of you might be a single parent. This guide here signifying that you are protected. I feel like it could be someone who has passed on already. They might give you a little pat on the head every now and then when you're having lunch and you don't know who's there. But you are protected at this time. You're also being guided either by your higher self or your spirit guides. Ask the universe for confirmation you're on the right path. You will receive it, I do believe. And so you're moving towards greater stability and balance. I know this is a 2, but I do get the feeling here that this guy here is, I know he's juggling, but he feels very balanced. He feels very sure of himself. He works hard, he plays hard, and we have this rainbow here. So I think fortune is in your future. I think you're heading towards it because you're leaving the past behind. And so that's what I'm seeing for you, Sagittarius. I think this is going to be a very abundant and lucky time for you. And some of you really have an affinity for dolphins here. They're very highly intelligent, very smart. So I think that you are too. And you definitely have some skills that you are meant to share with the world. It could be that you're a really great listener, right? You might be a therapist. I've been having that come out in a lot of the readings. Like people, they can open up to you. They just kind of almost inexplicably tell you everything without really wanting to, you know? They just pour their heart out to you. And you just kind of listen. You're like, okay. Sometimes it can be weird. I've had that happen to me several times, but I tend to forget what they say almost. If it's a stranger, I don't retain it. I'm like the fool. It just slips right off. So this looks like a really good time, Sagittarius, a time of rebirth, a time of, inspiration, divine knowledge. I think you have the energy and the passion, and the universe is behind you to do something with these skills that you have to create your abundance. I mean, this looks so wonderful. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so that's going to be it for this reading. What I'd like to do is thank you all for watching. If a reading didn't resonate with you, do watch your sun, moon, or rising sign and see if one of those resonates with you. Always check those out. I don't really resonate that much with my rising sign. It's Gemini. And then my sun and moon is Sagittarius, so I just watch Sagittarius. That's it. But you might have something different in your chart. So that is going to be it for this reading. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you next time. We are so close to hitting that 1,000 subs mark, and I want to say thank you to all of the subs that I've had before and all of the new subs coming in, whether you're here for my wild and wacky crafting videos or my tarot. You are very appreciated and you're very welcome here. And so I did say that if we hit 1,000 subs, I'm going to do another giveaway, and I am. I'm going to do 3 personal readings for 3 subscribers. How that's going to happen is once we hit that 1,000 subs mark, I will post another video, which you will need to subscribe already and leave a comment on. From that, I will choose 3 random winners for the personal tarot reading. So if you'd like a chance to get a personal tarot reading from moi, subscribe, hit the like button, notification bell, all that good stuff, and you will have a chance to win. So do share with your friends so we can hit those subscriber goals faster. Okay, that's the only announcement I have for right now. So yeah, take care and we'll see you next time.